Hi, I'm Katie Moonstone. Welcome back. If you guys would all just take a minute, I'm going to clear the air in our heart spaces at this time. Woo! How is everybody doing today? This reading is for August 22nd and 23rd. Why? Because we have something called the Black Moon, which is actually the new moon. The new moon will be on the 23rd. It'll peak on the 23rd. But the energy we are going to feel is going to be starting tomorrow when we all wake up on the 22nd. Now, the Black Moon, most people think, hey, new moons are all about new beginnings. Let's set intentions. Do not do that. This is a Black Moon, and this Black Moon is all about finalizations. Closing out cycles of repeated patterns that you allowed yourself to be, let's say, like on autopilot. So these are things of like habits that you subconsciously just do. And it's going to close out these patterns, especially like habits, and other things. And I'll add to that in a second. Like I said, the shift will begin on the 22nd tomorrow, and the Black Moon carries intense energy. So if you guys have been feeling this intense energy kind of like in your chest, it's because this energy is coming. And this is going to force awakenings, endings, and rebirth. This will stir the hidden parts of your soul, forcing you to confront what you've been ignoring so that you can step into who you are truly meant to be. This is a 48-hour soul cleanup. So the ones who are all in tuned can have a new beginning. Now, what you can do, because I know a lot of people like to do like new moon rituals, this one don't do what you normally do, because this is about finalization, closing out cycles, closing out karmic contracts, repeated patterns, especially the ones like the people who put themselves on autopilot, like your daily routines. Maybe you always talk to certain people on certain days. That's going to close out. What you are being asked, or what would benefit you at this time, would be detoxing your space. You know, let's say your home. Allow your body to receive this new energy. So you could do like a detox that day. You know, maybe if you want to fast, a spiritual bath would definitely be recommended. You can do a mental detox. Basically, by doing a mental detox, you're identifying all your harmful habits, even the ones that you don't even think about. Like maybe you're narcissistic and you don't even know, or you say really like harsh things, you know, but you don't realize it, and you think everyone around you is just so sensitive, you know. Well, do a mental detox, and you know, if everyone keeps like shying away from you because, hey, you're being too mean, maybe you need to take a look at yourself. You know, what are you doing wrong? What are your harmful habits? You know, do you want to be a loving and kind person? Practice silence during this time, especially your mind. Like try to like go out and meditate, especially if you haven't been out in nature in a while. Definitely try to put your feet in the grass, go out in nature, keep yourself centered. Release the past, anything that's happened to your past. Now you can, tomorrow, like let's say you go to bed tonight, or anytime that you see this video, when you wake up, the first thing you tell your mind is, I'm already healed. I'm not my past. And you can use these mantras for this, this Black Moon. I'm already healed. I am not my past. I release the past. You know, things of that. That's what you want to do. Set clear intentions of what you do not want in your life anymore. I don't want to be rejected anymore. I don't want this. I don't want that. You know, I want, you know, and then you can say like what you actually do want to continue. So say you started a project, but then you stopped it. Or maybe you wanted to do something, but then you put it on pause. Well, then set that intention on the black moon and be like, you know what? I want to continue writing this book. I want to continue building something with my friend as a partnership or whatever, you know, or whatever the case may be. State it and then, you know, say it out loud, say it to yourself, especially like when you wake up. Those are the best times to actually, especially in the morning, because your energy is fresh and nobody has like clamped onto your energy. You haven't been in anybody else's space. So the best time to do this is in the morning. Or you can do it in the evening or when you have time, when you think about all the things that you do want and then what the things that you don't want. But you need to state it and then practice silencing your mind, let going of all the outcomes, and basically surrendering to the process. Again, let go and let God. Okay. I will not be doing an all signs reading because this black moon is going to be hitting everyone differently. So I think if I were to like sit here and go, okay, all Aries people, it's not going to work that way. And I don't like putting out false information. So this black moon is going to hit the most people that this is going to hit are people who like wear the rose colored glasses. Let's say someone hurt your feelings or they were really abusive to you. That person who was abusive to you, let's say, that keeps saying, you know, I didn't do that, you know, or I only did it because I loved you. Well, now this black moon is going to force those type of people to look at themselves in the mirror and look at what they did. This is going to be a really harsh, harsh truth. I'm having a hard time talking. Rebuke and cancel, please. In the mighty name of Jesus. It's going to force a lot of these people that have done, let's say, a lot of wrong to people that are not sorry, especially the ones who were not brokenhearted. They're going to be forced to look at themselves in the mirror. And even yourself, if you've been denying yourself something or not been truthful and honest with yourself about something, that's the exact thing the universe is going to be like, listen, here's what you need to look at, and it might hurt. Okay. But again, like in the last couple of days, I've kind of been practicing, you know what? I'm healed. I'm not my past. I don't do that anymore, you know, so I'm over it. Or these type of things, they no longer trigger me. And it's funny because once I said it, I went to work and like someone always tries to test you. And I kind of started giggling and I said, I'm glad I did my mantra today, because that probably would have triggered me, the old me, I should say. But now I look at it as, that is so petty. Why would that ever trigger me? You know, and again, that just shows how much you've grown, right? And that's good. So yay. But I'm going to, I say we just start right on in, because like I said, this black moon is definitely going to hit differently towards a lot of people. If you are a person that has done a lot of healing, you might actually, let's say you've been facing your doing your healing work, and you know, you're on right where you're supposed to be. You'll probably wake up with that energy, might not be intense. You might actually be like, wow, like the energy's gone, and you already feel like you have a new beginning, or that the air is just different. It's not going to hit you as hard. This is really going after people who need to close out cycles, especially with, like, let's say, you know, karmic contracts, toxic families, toxic behaviors, patterns, anything that's hindering them to keep them like stuck and stagnant, you know, like stuck to the past, or let's say, you know, they're not fully stepping into their full purpose or destiny. So this might actually force a lot of things. If like someone is a liar, all their lies are going to come out, and it's going to be like exposure, like publicly, you know. What's the best medicine to clear out a karmic contract? Humility, right? Once you are, you know, you are like, you feel that humility, like embarrassment, that actually will clear out your karmic contract. Because like I said, this is going to hit more people who were not brokenhearted. that did not care if they hurt certain people, the universe is going to be like, okay, you need to care. And they usually go after something that you were holding, like whatever you were holding on the tightest to. And that's usually what they go after, you know, so, and I've tested it, it will, you know. So anyways, let's just start a reading for the next 2 days, because this is going to be a 24-hour soul cleanup. Why is the black moon wanting to do this? It's because it's time for a new beginning. We are moving into a new era, and it's going to force people to wake up, transform, rebirth. I know I've been transforming for a while now, and I've been like timelines are just coming at me, right? Got a lot of endings, but it's like some of the seeds that I planted have not sprouted. It's like they put, like the seeds that I planted were put on pause. So this is, you know, there's a reason for everything, right? So make sure especially in the next 24 hours that, hey, when something happens to you, don't look at it as a personal attack. Look at it as, what do I need to learn from this? Why is this happening? What did I do to cause this? What do I need to learn from this situation, you know? And that would probably help you probably not suffer as much. Because usually when people are forced to see something that they've done wrong, that's a really hard, you know, pill to swallow, especially the ones that, let's say they claim that you were the monster. Remember, when you're pointing your finger at someone, you got 3 more pointing right back at you. It's a mirror effect, right? So when someone looks in the mirror and has to see like, wow, I was the monster, that's a very hard pill to swallow, right? And usually when someone has to do that, it's usually too late, right? So they can't make it better, but they have to learn to accept it, forgive themselves for the, you know, for not knowing any better and trying to move on. Just be thankful that if you are the lucky ones that wake up and you don't feel that intense energy, just be thankful that you didn't become like the people that hurt you. You know what I mean? Hurt people like to hurt people. So why is this all happening? Because when we step into our new beginning is going to bring nothing but peace and harmony. The new era is about peace and harmony, you know, uniting, being a team. Because if you think you're going to be able to be like solo and, oh, I can do it all, I'm going to tell you right now, that new era is not going to let that happen. But anyways, it's going to bring peace and harmony. That's what your new beginning is going to be. Balance. Anyways, wind chimes, peace and harmony. Can't make it up. Carriage. Some of you might have a journey, and it might be a long one, and it might be physically and mentally. I know when I went on my journey for the last 3 years, it's been physically and mentally. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Somebody definitely needs to let go of something, because I've been letting go in my throat for like a couple times there. Key, you will have a successful outcome to your problem, so do not worry. And then an opportunity or a windfall. So definitely coming into money, you will be rewarded, especially like I said, I think in my last reading, I said a lot of us have to lose something that we can't get back in order to have a new beginning. And that's because you can't bring anything from the old into your new beginning. Otherwise, you just sabotage it. But you will be rewarded. Bear. Danger, especially in money problems. So definitely be careful, because a lot of this is like around this time. Let's say dark forces, dark entities, you know, empty vessels, they start, you know, the darkness rises, right? And especially if they're being forced to look at themselves in the mirror, what do? They attack. Why? Because they're insecure and they don't want to believe it was them. They want to believe it was you. So it's all about projection, right? So definitely be careful. Identity theft might be high. Watch your accounts and people pocket watching. People who were trying to destiny swap or try to steal your destiny or hinder it, that's going to finalize that. That's going to be a no-go, because that blockage is going to be lifted at this black moon. Because there are a lot of people that have been trying to hinder, let's say, even my destiny, just getting in between things that I was supposed to have. God has already told me several times in the last couple days, and then when I started looking into the astrology and where everybody, like all the planets were, it makes sense. It was written in the stars, right? So this black moon is going to force those people to look at what they've been doing. And why would they do that? It's usually out of jealousy, envy, you know. Some of you might have dealings or relationship with a man of dark complexion or dark hair. That might be significant in the next couple days. Or 48 hours. Maybe you need to do a cleanup or a release of that person. Or you will be resolving problems with that person. But whatever issues that may arise, your problems will be resolved, okay? Also, I'm getting emails and messages, and not phone calls, but watch your emails and messages and be careful of what you sign. Because remember, this is finalizing, this is closing out. So if you're not careful at what you sign, you might screw yourself and you will not be able to go backwards. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. So definitely be careful, especially legal contracts. Dealings or relationship with a man. So definitely masculine energies are significant. A lot of masculines, you might have some forces working against you, and you need to cut your ties because you need to finalize that. You can't bring that. You need to cut ties. Sever the ties because those forces are actually working against you. And be careful. Don't take too many risks. Bottom of the deck. Rat. Someone is working against you behind your back. So be careful of that. I know I have that going on, and I'm about to cut ties with that. I don't play games like that. Like, I know when people try to work against me, and that's a no-go. I'm all about harmony. Trying to be peaceful. Most of my days I just try to mind my own business, but you always got somebody. Haters always be hating, right? Anyways, let's get some advice for the next 48 hours. For the next 48 hours, just like I said, allow that energy to come through you from the crown chakra. Do some breathing techniques, you know. If you need to, rub your hands together and feel your life. This is your life force energy. Place it in the places that you need. Maybe here, maybe your mind. You know, calm your mind down by just doing this. Or your throat. Maybe someone tried to keep you silent. Put that healing energy right back into your throat, your heart chakra. You know, if you have insecurities, go for your solar and your sacral. Heal both those spaces. And your root, you know. So it's time to celebrate. That's funny. So when one door closes, you celebrate the new beginning, right? You're being asked to celebrate a recent accomplishment, no matter how big or small. Do something special to commemorate the moment. Ooh, excuse me. You deserve that and so much more. Remember, maybe you need to get rid of those self-limiting beliefs. Why? Because you're worthy and you're deserving of love. You know, a lot of people may have made you feel like, you know, that you weren't good enough. You're not good enough to sit at this table or be with this family. Well, those are the very things that you need to get rid of and say, I don't want that in my life anymore. Because now you're going to be celebrating you. Why? Because you're worthy and deserving. And you deserve better than that anyways. If nobody wants to hang out with you or talk to you or celebrate with you, that's fine. You got better things coming. And you got people that you're going to love and that are going to love you and accept you for who you are. And you haven't even met them yet. And that's what you got to look forward to. Let go of the past, because you're not your past. I take it from someone. I've been rejected probably my whole life. And you know what? It's okay. Let's get a card. I may have been rejected, but they also always try to come back, and usually when they do, it's kind of done after that. It's like, nah, you didn't have the loyalty. I deserve the loyalty. So, adios, sayonara. Until we meet again, maybe in the next life. Ooh, a lot of you might get a new career. Your work focus is shifting in a positive and new successful direction. So some of you might be switching jobs. Your desire is within reach. Have faith, as everything is working out in your favor. Everything is always going to work out. Let's get rid of something. That is the black moon. Let's finalize something. What do we need to get rid of before we jump into the tarot? Declare and decree. What do we need to get rid of? Ooh. This is a nice one. Oh, I like this one too. All right, we got two. All right. You can take a picture, whatever you need to do, but let's state it out loud. All self-limiting beliefs are now cleared and destroyed from my energy in spirit and in flesh. All self-limiting beliefs are now cleared and destroyed from my energy in spirit and in flesh. All blockages to my creativity and my ability to be the co-creator of my life is now destroyed and cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. All blockages to my creativity and ability to be the co-creator of my life are now destroyed and cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. Sweet, I like that. All right, well, let's just dive right on in. What do we need to know to move forward for the next 48 hours? Ooh, we're gonna get a new stable beginning, new stable offers. This is the Ace of Pentacles. This is stability, firm, solid foundation, a new stable, new beginning. Why? Because it wasn't built on lies, and now it's firm and stable. So, or someone might be getting a new job offer, and it's going to bring in abundance, something stable. Just so you know, you're not going to hit rock bottom, and you're going to be healing from a major betrayal. And then you're going to have to put matters into your own hands about something. Why? Some of you might have to put matters into your own hands. Why? Because it's time for you to let go of the past. It will put you in your feelings. A lot of people are going to be in their feelings at this black moon because contracts are going to break. Especially the karmic ones. It says breaking away from the devil. Anything toxic. Whatever the devil may be to you. Somebody is coming up with a plan or digging deeper. Somebody also might be kind of watching you from afar. Somebody also might be coming up with a plan. Why? Because they're blocked. That's funny. So they can't be around you. They can't be with you because you block them. They're kind of trying to figure you out. They're trying to dig into social media and try to see what you're doing. Why? Because they know you're happy. So it's time to block them and be happy. Somebody might have some kids. So somebody might just be happy because they have kids. Hold on. Someone might need to apologize. And if they just apologize, it would bring them happiness. But let's see why the kids are significant. Also, stubborn energy. Oh, if you have kids, maybe you're going to be happy because you and your kids are going to be celebrating something. Why? Because you guys knew you did not cause an injustice. You didn't do anything wrong. But you definitely blocked somebody, and now they're creeping. They want to know what's going on. You blocked them from your energy, your life, and now they're trying to figure you out. I have that. It is stalkerish energy, I'm not gonna lie. Here's what we do not know. you're going to get a wish fulfillment. But be very cautious. Why do we need be? Blah. Rebuke and cancel in the mighty name of Jesus. Somebody does not want me speaking. Why do we need to be cautious? Because you are going to be working together with someone. You might have planted a seed to work with somebody, but then it got put on pause. Well, guess what? You are going to get your wish fulfillment, but be very cautious when you start working together with somebody. It is going to work out, and it is going to be very like prosperous and fruitful. Oh, some of you are going to be entering new contracts or getting your wish fulfillment because you and someone else is going to get married and you guys are going to start working together. Why? Because it was destined and fated. They just had to get you to remove all the people that were trying to get in between, trying to halt you, keep you backwards, or keep you separated from the person that you were destined and fated to be. At the end of the day, God knows how to wake people up. So, and usually when he does that, those people, again, walking the path of redemption. You know, it's humility. Some people can't handle that. So suicides might be on high around the black moon because a lot of people are going to be in their emotions, especially if they have to look at the monster in the mirror and they find out the monster was them when they've been pointing the finger at someone else. Anyways, if you are a fire sign, or if you resonate with the Queen of Wands. This is feminine energy, doesn't have to be a fire sign, but if you resonate with the Queen of Wands, typically the Queen of Wands is somebody obviously in the upright position, so she's in her north node, she's on her truth, she's on her path. Usually very creative, young, spirited, beautiful, sexy. As you can tell, she's got a lion behind her. So, you know, very loyal. What do we need to know for for the Queen of Wands energy group? Oh, and we got the Queen of Pentacles. So typically could be earth sign, but doesn't have to be. It could be just a woman that is all about business. She loves nature, very balanced and very chill. Very business oriented, might have money. Maybe you two are dealing with something from the past. It is a past battle. Maybe you two ladies are dealing, or you know, you two energies are dealing with somebody that is still holding on to the past. So what does that mean for you guys? Because somebody is still holding on to the past, you decided not to move forward with this person. Or somebody does not want to move in with you. But that cycle is now over. Oh, so if you're single and you're by yourself and you're one of these and you resonate with the Queen of Wands or the Queen of Pentacles energy, you living alone and dealing with people that are still holding on to past battles, that cycle is now closed. It's over, which means you will be working together with someone. So the universe is bringing you someone that is not holding on to the past. If you are a Nine of Pentacles, female energy, you were all by yourself. One more pentacle, you'd have it all. There was an injustice that was done to you. Just so you know, it's not over. It didn't end yet. But there was an injustice that was done to you, and you're all by yourself. You have a stable, firm foundation. You created it by yourself. Something didn't end because somebody has not traveled to you yet. There is an injustice. It's not over. And somebody has not traveled towards you yet to tell you the truth. If they have to, this person is supposed to come in and actually tell you the truth. And once they do, they will be freed, not only from their own selves, but it's part of a contract that you guys have, a soul contract. And it looks like this person wasn't being very truthful and honest with himself. But right now, he's not traveling to you. He does not want to give you the communication. Why? Because he wasn't brokenhearted. He didn't feel bad. But he is going to want to have a face-to-face talk. It is part of a soul contract. Could be soulmate energy. Could be twin flame energy as well. He wants to talk, and then because he released himself from something. And you already know what it is. So he's going to want to talk to you. He's going to travel to you, talk to you, and tell you that he did release himself from something. And apparently you guys do know what it is. Could be from a family situation. Maybe you guys had a family that was like, family, when I mean family, it could have been just a bunch of people. It doesn't actually have to be a family, but a large group of people that were probably trying to hinder one side or the other. Anyways, someone's family is very happy, or this guy released himself and he's going to tell you, because why? The two of you are going to have the 10 of Cups together. This is happy life, happy family. See, you're by yourself. A lot of you females who are by yourself right now, that's going to end after this black moon, because the universe is going to send you somebody, and ta-da, a wish fulfillment. This is 10 of Cups is emotional fulfillment. Look at that. That is a man and a woman and a baby. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a family, but 10 of Cups is emotional, true love, emotional fulfillment. Also, there is somebody's family that is very happy because the divine has stepped in, because now they're realizing it was a fight that should have never have happened. And now this family is going to have a brand new beginning. Or maybe they just don't want to fight anymore and they just want a new beginning, and they just don't want, so if you are part of a family and you guys are done with the fighting's over. That's a toxic family. And the family no longer is going to be fighting anymore. Why? Because you guys need to have a new beginning. Somebody is not getting any help. Help will not be arriving. Why? Some of you might start a new beginning, but you're not going to have any help. Help will not be arriving. Why? Because they were keeping themselves blind to something. They had two choices, but they were keeping themselves blind from something. Two of Swords. But you're going to have clarity, whoever you are out there. If you are a King of Pentacles energy, can be earth sign energy, males, doesn't have to be. It could be just a wealthy man, a man that's stable, likes nature. If you resonate with the King of Pentacles, ooh, you have a destined and fated event where you are going to drop your guard down because you have a fire sign that's egotistical. See, you're very balanced and this person's not. You did not, you're either you did not protect yourself or you're not going to, because this is going to come out of nowhere, but you have a destined and fated event that's going to take place between the two of you. So you're going to drop your guard down, and all of a sudden this guy, usually a King of Wands is someone who is abusive in power, abusive with words, not emotionally stable, flying off the handle, narcissistic, very abusive. And this guy's priority, or hold on, let's see, we can get one more card. Your priority, if you're the King of Pentacles, you're not going to see this coming. But if you're this guy and you're a fire sign, doesn't have to be, but not emotionally balanced, what your priority is, you're not going to see this coming either. And it does have something to do with a truthful and honest Queen of Swords person. It's one of you, no. It does have something to do with this girl. She has been fighting a battle. She has the sword of truth, and she cuts with, with that sword of truth. She's been going through a transformation, and what you didn't see coming is she's changed. Queen of Swords energy is typically air sign energy, doesn't have to be, but just someone who has been transforming, this is rebirth, but she carries the sword of truth, and maybe she said something to you and you're realizing that you've been dealing with this. Anyways, you both did not see it coming, but this girl is telling the truth. She is carrying the sword of truth, and the person that is in love could be a water sign, but does not have to be. Maybe she spoke some truth to somebody, and this guy who is in love is going to sever his ties. Why? Because he's in love, I get that. Or he's going to come in and tell the truth. Yeah, coming in. Why? Because energies have to match. You can't be a liar and come over and talk to someone who carries the sword of truth. If she's truthful and honest and you're hiding something, she can smell you a mile away. See, she ain't even paying attention to you because you're like this. You bring the sword of truth, now you just matched energies, you're a vibrational match. So, there you have it. She told the truth, now you gotta come in and tell the truth because you've been dealing with, looks like an Empress in reverse. Could be someone might not have a very good mom. This is somebody who is codependent, usually doesn't take care of herself, doesn't take care of the kids, doesn't make anything beautiful. Maybe she told you the truth. Your mom sucks. You need to, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be a mom. It could be just maybe it's your baby mama, mother figure of some sort. Could be your sister, a friend, an ex-girlfriend, a wife, who knows? Maybe she told you the truth, but now you're going to come in and tell the truth. Yeah, you were right. She's a shitty person, whatever. Usually empresses, they're very codependent. And anyways, you are going to sever ties with this type of energy. And the reason why you need to is because she was just playing a game. She's also been reminiscing. Maybe she's been doing this to you since you guys were kids. There could be a tie to something about childhood, but I am picking up heavy on like a mom. Maybe she was doing it to you since you were a child, so you never really put it together. But now you know the truth. Ooh, now you do know the truth, and you're coming in to tell this person, hey, you were right, and I did sever ties. You made your final decision, but you do have karma that you have to. You made a bad choice, so you have to deal with the negative karma. Even though you're being truthful and honest, that is now you got to deal with the karma. There is a price, right? So, and what's the quickest way to pay a karmic debt? It's usually humility, the path of redemption. Forgiving yourself and forgiving all that did you wrong in that part and took play in that part. And you knew, and this guy does know, this could be an air sign, doesn't have to be, but it is the King of Swords, but it could be any male who is actually standing in his truth. He got his power back. And yes, he is aware he made a bad choice, and he is coming in saying, yeah, I've been truthful and honest. He is coming in, and it takes a strong man to face the truth. I can respect this, big time. And he just wants to, and then you guys are going to move forward. If you are a Knight of Wands energy, some of you males out there, especially if you're, Knight of Wands are typically younger males, so probably like 30 and below. You might be called to be taking action on something. Let's see. You're being called to, the secrets are going to come out. Something about manipulation and abuse. You are going to be actually walking away or taking action to walk away from some sort of manipulation or abuse. But it's like you keep going back to it. The secrets are already out. Maybe you were abusive, or someone did it to you, or was manipulating you. But you keep returning back to it. Why? Why do you want to keep returning back to it? Oh. Some of you, it could be a fire sign energy, but it doesn't have to be. Typically younger males, you might be called to take action because the secrets came out. Maybe you took advantage of some sort of situation, but you do want to return because you knew that this person was your wish fulfillment, and you did not neglect it. You abused it. You stepped on it. You peed all over it. And guess what? She is still going to have it all. You will no longer be part of her energy. Even though you're trying to take action towards her, you're going to try to return, but you need to look deeper into the situation. You're looking at what you lost instead of looking at the blessings behind you. She is still going to have it all, but she's going to be somewhere else. And you are trying to return back to that, but your soul can't rest because you need to heal. Your contract is up. You peed on it, you stepped on it, and that's why your soul can't rest. But if you are a person of a 10 of Pentacles energy, the people that if someone from your past comes back to you and they want to take action or some sort, or try to return, don't force them, but talk to them in a way so that they can heal. Okay? Don't go back to the person, but they need to dig deeper because they need to heal, because that contract is over. Be careful because this person might try to text, written or some sort of text kind of communication. Could be email. I'm getting a text. This person might try to return, but you need to basically say something in a way so that this person can heal and move on in a different direction. He keeps looking back at the past, but you already lost it. So why? It was all part of a contract, and she is already married to someone else. What is also part of a contract, if you are, let's say, a Pentacle energy, some of you might be dealing with a Queen of Cups in reverse. This is a energy of someone who's manipulative, jealous, envy, I call it the evil eye, bitter. You have a soul contract with a bitter and jealous woman. She didn't know she was bitter and jealous, though. She also will not be getting a new beginning. Why? Because God is going to step in and intervene. Yes, he is going to step in and intervene. She is wearing a mask. Yes, she is wearing a mask. And whatever question that you may have about a person on or around you that is bitter and jealous, kind of cold-hearted, very manipulative, tries to dance, puppets dance kind of energy. I don't know why I said it like that, but she was wearing a mask. And the answer is yes, whatever someone's looking for. She will not be able to put work and effort in because God is going to step in and intervene. Why? Because somebody is going to step up and do the right thing. We have the Emperor is in the house. Yay! I like the Emperor card. An Emperor does what's the right thing, is not selfish, is forthright. He's all four kings wrapped in one, so he's very balanced emotionally, stable. Sometimes they're usually a man in uniform, like an older man in uniform, but doesn't have to be. Just a man that is all four kings wrapped in one, very stable. And that girl will not be able to, because this guy's coming in. Because he knows with this girl, that's his wish fulfillment. And he's going to come in and ask for forgiveness. And something about him losing some sort of money. Maybe he had to lose something in order to come back to his wish fulfillment. And when he comes in, he's coming in with a heartfelt conversation. definitely very regretful, and he does want to reconcile. And he is going to tell you that he did release himself from something, but he is going to bring in some sort of a bad news. The bad news is, or he might have gotten bad news. Maybe he owes a debt or has to share some sort of money or wealth. And that's maybe why he has to lose out on some money. But he also, when he comes in, is going to bring in a gift and does want to share his finances or gifts with you. He is not going to call you at this time because he is trying to heal at the moment. Why? Because he was being judged by other people. He did have to lose something he couldn't get back. And now and he's struggling at this time. But he is working on himself, if anybody needed to know. That's awesome. Definitely good job if you are an emperor out there working on yourself. Congratulations. Celebrate yourself, definitely. It's hard work. It's not easy. Anything else we need to know to move forward? Actually, you know what? Anything else that we need to know to move forward? Yeah, a lot of you guys are going to be getting your 10 of Cups. Happy life, happy family, an emotional, heartfelt wish fulfillment. This is love. And then you're going to start your new adventure. And you know exactly where it's, and I see happiness. Look at that. You know exactly where you're going. And then your soul will be able to rest. Yay, you'll be able to sleep and everything will be good. Why? Because you're stepping into peace and harmony. You're moving away from toxicity and chaos and drama and moving into peace, peaceful and harmonious and loving relationships. Yeah. Some of you might be reminiscing about a woman who's a complete liar. She was a big fat liar. She does not want to tell the truth. Some of you might be reminiscing about her, but you need to let it go. And some of you who are in an abusive relationship, I have the 7 of Blades. Look at this ghost. He left some stuff behind, but he grabbed what he could and he started running. Some of you might need to do that. Why? Because the Knight of Cups is an abusive male. So some of you might need to pack up and go. There are safe houses that you can stay at if you have nowhere to go. Honestly, I would rather live in my car than be with an abusive person. Yeah. That person's only abusing you because they're afraid you're going to leave them. Because they need your energy to cipher off of it, because what they see in you is missing in them, and that's why it comes out in rage, right? Yeah, definitely a lot of regret. Some people might be regretting, and some people are going to be happy. Some people are going to be in regret because they listen to third-party situations. Some people are going to definitely be we are definitely being called to celebrate at this time. And some of you are looking at too much of what you lost, and all you have to do, look, this ghost is looking at the spilt milk. Don't cry over spilt milk. He's too worried about what he lost, and all he has to do is just look over, and boom. Your wish fulfillment was there. That's a missed opportunity if you don't turn your shoulder and go after your wish fulfillment. It will be finalized at this black moon, and you could, I'm not saying all, you could miss your opportunity for true love and happiness, if that's what you are searching for. And at the bottom of the deck, the moon. Funny. What's hidden will come to the light. Let's go to the dice. What do we need to know to move forward today? Somebody is going to be going to jail. Be careful of drinking and driving. Somebody is going to get a phone call. Somebody's been working out. Somebody's going to get a phone call because they want to travel to you and they want to move in with you. Somebody's been trying to work something out, and that's why they're not speaking to you at this time. Something about not getting the prize. They didn't get the prize. Time's up. Tick-tock, time's up. Some people might be going through a storm. And some people watered the seeds and they nurtured that grass. And they are going to get a gift, a blessing. Keep nurturing yourself or whatever project or whatever it is that you've been doing. I just got a no answer. Why? Because you're getting your freedom. Let freedom ring. Somebody might be getting a letter in the mail because of something about stolen identity. This is copycat energy. Someone might be getting some communication from somebody who tried to, it's copycat energy, steal your destiny, steal your image, your identity. It was a dark entity. Something about, if you are the zodiac sign of a dragon, you are going to be getting your flowers. Huh. And when you get your flowers, somebody's going to be really upset. Like crying. Someone's going to be rejected. I get a no answer. Whoever built, someone is blocking themselves from their own happiness. And somebody's blocking themselves because they are trying to protect themselves from love, which is kind of bizarre. That's weird. And because somebody was blocked, a new contract is coming in for the other person to get their happiness. Something about Egypt is definitely significant. Somebody's going to get their reward, and someone's going on vacation. Somebody's going to free themselves out of their own mental blockages. Well, that's what that black moon would all be about. Someone's stability was not because of somebody built their stability on lies, and it's not a solid foundation, and they are going to fall. They're going to lose everything. I'm talking everything. Somebody was sleeping on their prize. They still have time. The universe is trying to nudge them. They are going to move, and they are going to be happy. It's just been a pause. The universe is trying to wake this person up who's been sleeping, saying, come on, it's time to move. A lot of narcissistic or prideful men are going to have like an ego death. A lot of them were just in their ego because they didn't know who they were. I'm also getting a no answer. They felt rejected. Somebody's only greedy because they didn't have money when they were younger. Or they're acting greedy because they don't have the money. Somebody is very educated on something. Somebody will be severing their ties. You will be severing your ties. Some of you are going to have an ancestor, or your mediumship might come in, but an ancestor is going to have you sever your ties. Pay attention to your dreams, because you might get a sudden realization of something. Something's going to be brutally honest, and you have no choice but to cut ties. Whoever built the wall is going to take it down. Somebody's not happy because somebody else is in love. What goes around comes around. Someone's going to be nudged to drive somewhere. Some of you are going to have heightened intuition. Your third eye is going to open up. Ooh, that'll be fun. Yeah, I'm getting a no answer. If you've been around like abusive men, then you need to cut that out and kind of state that to the universe, or tell somebody no, especially if they're in their pride. Something about pride and ego. If you know someone's in their pride, maybe you've had to tell them no, or you had to reject them. And now it's almost like they don't have a sense of identity. It's because they don't know who they are. Yeah, they're gonna be crazy. Somebody needs to check the locks on the door. You are moving in the right direction, but someone, yeah, definitely something about locks on your door. Check the locks on your door. I'm definitely getting someone's going to jail, and they're going to get the book. Just so you can have your freedom. What goes around comes around. How it ended is how it's going to begin. And how it began is how it's going to end. That's all I got for right now. The number 8 is significant, and the number 2, so partnerships. So a lot of you are going to be entering new partnerships at this time. I'm also being told to tell you guys, move in silence for the next 48 hours. Let's get an evil eye card. I rarely use this deck. It was kind of calling to me. Let's get an evil eye card, and we'll end this beautiful reading. And I would say good luck for the next 48 hours. Come on, give us a card. I guess not. Definitely silence, huh? And ever since I said move in silence or try to stay kind of quiet for the next 48 hours, now the cards don't want to talk. What do we got? We got too many. Don't even make sense. Here, we'll do that one. Black salt power. Use black salt to break hexes and repel unwanted energies. I have been told you don't actually need black salt. You can actually just take salt and pour it around your doorway, and that would get negativity or evil spirits away. Or cinnamon, I heard that too. I know that you can always look it up. Let's end this beautiful reading and call it a night. That's too many. Something's just gonna fall apart. Maybe someone is gonna fall apart. Definitely someone's gonna have an awakening. Someone's gonna actually have an awakening. Or they're gonna wake up to like a night, like they woken up to a nightmare in a sense. And some people are just gonna wake up and move right in the right direction. I've actually been seeing that. People just kind of snapping out of it and then all of a sudden acting normal. And you know, and I kind of been holding my guard up because the people that have been acting normal are normally not normal. You know, I knew they had a dark entity attached to them. And right now they're acting normal and I'm like, okay, which way is this gonna go? So it's kind of weird. Sometimes they just need to, you know, like I said, God knows how to wake people up. Come on, give us a card. They keep giving me too many and I don't want to do too many. I just want one. We'll take this one. Gatekeepers. Something about your ancestry, your family tree you might want to look into. Especially if you have, I don't know, Egyptian, something about the pyramids or Egypt. Quantum physics. Anyways, gatekeepers, the unknown. There are gatekeepers in all of dimensional realms, the realms of the unknown. Some offer protection and support, others manage our dream time and only allow higher vibrational energies to work and communicate with us. Gatekeepers only show up when your spiritual or intuitive gifts are open, offering you safety and guidance. What temptations are knocking at your gate? Are you being a true gatekeeper in your own life? You drew this card because either your gifts are being heightened or opened, or your gatekeeper is trying to communicate with you. Pay attention to the signs and call upon your gatekeeper to see what your gatekeeper is trying to protect or warn you from. Remember, a gate is simply an entry waypoint. You can either enter or exit. Your gatekeeper is your guard that stands alert, safeguarding those of the both physical and spiritual threats that surround us daily. As above, so below. They are the five senses relating to our physical senses. Ooh, someone's going to be sentenced. Our spiritual senses, which are our spiritual entry points. As gatekeepers, we are responsible for what we allow into our lives. We must guard what we take in by using discernment for false narratives, distractions, lies, deception, or anything that attempts to divide and conquer us. This card may suggest that spiritual warfare will be on the rise and a need to up your physical and or spiritual protection. Remember, evil only shows up when you get closer to God or anything that's divine. When we come from a place of love, we not only honor the legacy of the ancient gatekeepers, but we also fulfill the role that was entrusted to each of us as spiritual guardians. The unknown. So a lot of us are going to be stepping into the unknown. So definitely call upon your gatekeeper to see what it's been trying to warn you from. And pay attention to your dreams in the next 48 hours. And that's all I have for you guys. Good luck out there. Take care. And until we meet again, namaste.